Hello, how you doing? Newts here. Where to start? I woke up this morning, dealt with Reggie, had a little plan on that, and then I looked on Twitter and I see that during the night Dan's deactivated his account, and there was loads of tweets and that about him, exposing him and stuff. What I want to start at the start of this isn't going to be a sort of singing Dan's praises or nothing like that, or defending Dan. But what I do want to say at the start is that we talk about mental health and stuff like that a lot in the community, for good reason. And just from someone that weren't part of the whole witch hunt last night, looking in on it, like, you don't know what Dan's state of mind is going to be in a minute. And I don't think, I don't know. I just think if you were to have a scale with how much money some people owed and how quickly they are to jump on a bandwagon, and kicking a man when he's down, I think some of it's just a bit shitty, to be honest. Literally, some of it's not even a night out, and people are like, "Oh my god, I'm on this," and I don't know. There's a time and a place, I suppose, but I just don't believe in kicking people when they're down. And also, like I said, you don't know what state his head's in, because I know he won't be proud of this. He wanted to make something good with Legion, and he's going to be feeling shitty as it is, and he has been feeling shitty about the money, because I've been trying to help him sort it out. So I know how bad he's been feeling. So he hasn't done this. He didn't set out to do this, and I don't know. Although, like I said, it is bad, and I feel for people like Sheldon and that, he's got a kid and shit. But I don't know, just maybe a bit of perspective here, and also people, as I'm going to go in later, should probably think before they trust people with money. So, where did it all go wrong? I think I've been thinking about it, and I think there's a triangle. I don't think you can blame the organisers solely, and that's not because I'm one. That's just, I will explain why. I think there's a lot of things that go into making something like this happen. They love the saying in the army, the Swiss cheese model. A load of things have to align perfectly for something bad to happen. And I think the start is, this isn't aimed at Dan, but there's a lot of egotistical idiots with no real experience that open orgs. You get people that couldn't make it as a player or something like that, and they decide, right, I'm going to buy a logo and start a Twitter and create an organisation, because I don't want to fall into obscurity, without any real life experience, management skills, money management skills, and then people rely on them, and they're foolish enough to think they can rely on them, and then things like this happen. I'm not saying that's with Dan, he's a bit older, and you'd expect better, to be honest. And sometimes it is the older people. Look at the donut that run Donal. He's bumping people left, right in Chelsea. And apparently he's got loads of money, so you think you could trust him. Some people are just scummy. And I think they fall into a different category. But the ones we see mostly, I think, are just mismanagement and not understanding the scene enough. And that sort of brings me on to my second point, where players expect more than they should, and they don't look into things enough, to be honest. It's going to affect you, so look into it, just as you would if it was a business transaction anywhere else. There isn't more money coming into the lower levels of esports, although there might be at the top. It's a bit like the Premier League, and the money doesn't really trickle. Well, it doesn't trickle down at all. The Premier League has something in place where it trickles down to the other teams, but there is nothing like that in esports. And there's no more money coming in there, really, than there was when I started. If anything, there's probably less, because so many esports related companies have been burnt by dodgy organisations not doing what they promised, that it's harder to get money now probably than it was back then. Yet teams constantly think they deserve more when they don't. Literally almost everyone in both of those two teams at Legion I like or spoke to, you know what I mean? So this isn't a dig at them, but if I was in their situation when Legion said they was going to fully fund two teams to an American event, if I was either of those teams, I'd be like, look, mate, where are you getting this money from? That's like 10 grand. you've only got affiliates, say you're going to get 10 grand. I'd want to see it, you know what I mean? If I was Lewis's team, I'd have said, look, you're bringing on another team, bro. Are you sure you're going to have the money? If I was the other team, I'd be like, you've already got that team. How are you going to do this? But I think sometimes people are just so happy to get these promises of funding from teams that may not be able to afford it, that they hold on to it, you know what I mean? And there's a saying like, promise is a comfort to a fool. And if you're foolish enough to believe some of this stuff, then some of it's down to you for not looking into it. And again, that isn't aimed at them, that's just teams in general, you know what I mean? But sometimes it's better maybe taking a little bit less from someone you know is going to guarantee it than it is to take these promises and get let down, which happens all the time. Like, I could literally rattle off organisations that don't complete it. And this nicely brings me on to my third part of the triangle, and that's the community, the Twitter fans, as I call them. Not the people that turn up to the events, because they understand it a bit more. So they get to see, like, at events, everyone on Twitter fronts like they're the biggest thing in the world. Then you get to an event and they're sitting in a corner talking to nobody, or just the people in their orgs. No one else is coming up to them, because no one who goes to these events really cares, like, not cares, but values their opinion that much. But everyone on Twitter that doesn't, like the Twitter fans, are like, oh my God, everyone's the best. And they just gas people up. Like, you can sign free streamers and people are gassing you up as the next best thing. And the problem that does is it makes these egotistical people try to live a champagne lifestyle with lemonade money. And they can't. So they're being told that they're all the next best thing when they've never achieved nothing or done anything. And they try to hold on to that. By, right, we've got to bring this team in, we've got to bring that, we've got to make these announcements, we've got to pretend we're doing this, we've got to keep saying there's stuff going on in the background, we've got to make announcements for announcements, announcing something that isn't even that interesting. Or because they sign 5 streamers, then, like I said, they're the next big thing. I remember an org signing about 100 streamers at once, like, and getting gassed about it. It's not hard. Like, it really isn't. And that doesn't make you, like, streamers are important, content people are important. I like to think we look after ours quite well. But that's because we don't have a million of them. And, like, it doesn't make you the next big thing. Like, people, none of us are probably going to be the next big thing. The reality of it is, because there isn't the money there, and money is what matters. And, like, it's just frustrating. And these people gassing people, these people who don't fully understand it all, from the outside, gassing these people up over nothing, then, like I said, I think adds to this. And you have the perfect storm, or all the lines are all the holes are lining up on a Swift cheese. It's like when that guy goes out and he's fronting to a girl that's well above his level, and he's overspending, and he's putting money on the credit card to try to keep her in ways that she likes, and he doesn't realise that she's obviously not good for him, because if she was, she wouldn't want it. And then all of a sudden he can't keep it up, and he comes unstuck, and then she's off, and he looks like an idiot. Like, and it's what happens. People are trying to live a life that they're not ready for, or their orgs are not at that level yet, because they're getting gassed up and they believe in it and they like it, like, and you get the instant gratification, and they get to worry 2-3 months down the line when the event comes, when they have to pay out, and they're like, well, I'm just dipping. I've had 3 months of enjoyment. I'm off, like, and I'll do something else, or I'll come back in a little bit, or I'll close this org and join another org, and it's just crap. Like, you get, I don't know, there's just too many fair weather people in here as well, like bandwagon bots, and as soon as something's doing well, everyone wants to jump on that bandwagon, and they're there like, yeah, look at me, I'm part of this. As soon as it goes bad, they jump on the other bandwagon and just want to kick the people while they're down, like, and just join another org. If anyone come to join Bulldog and they'd been in one of 5 organisations in a management position or something, I'd never touch them. Like, or 5 positions in like 2 years, and none of them were like massive orgs like that. I wouldn't even go near them, like, because there's just too much of it, and people don't like call it out or care. But these people all add to downfalls. Like, if you've been in 5 orgs that's all had a bad experience, right? Either you don't highlight something, you don't do enough there, or, like, I don't know. It's just shitty. All of it's shitty. And it all comes from, like, that triangle. And it's a shame, because I hate seeing things like this. I haven't done a video for ages. Like, and like I said, this has took so many attempts. but I couldn't get this all across writing. One, because I'd make about 1,000 spelling mistakes because I'm blind as a bat. My glasses ain't even here. That's how bad it is. Because I play like Dota Underlords in bed. Like if I tweet from bed, I'm alright because my glasses are next to me. If I do anything from down here, I can't hardly see. And yeah, I just don't want the scene I had a small part in plan, like, build. Do things like this in this day and age. Especially because a lot of these people are my friends, and I feel bad for Sheldon because I've got my boy, like, and I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to see it from both points of view. And I just think a lot of people to blame for this. And when this happens all the other times, there's not just the people that run the orgs to blame. It's the teams that believe the bullshit. It's the people that gas them up over doing nothing. Like, if you're saying, like, I see some of these lists, and I'm like, I've seen teams before they've even attended an event, people gassing them up that they're the best team. Like, what? Are you mental? Like, oh, I don't know. It's just crazy, isn't it? People just don't educate themselves enough in every part of that triangle. And it's just bad, like, it's bad. But anyway, I hope you have a good Sunday. I hope I can get in touch with Dan. I've been trying to get in touch with him, just the one, see if he's all right. And two, if there's anything else I can do to try to help him. Because he is a nice guy. And like I said, this isn't a defending Dan thing. I hope you can see that. Like, he's a fucking idiot for letting it get to this. But let's try to remember there's two sides. And he's still a person, you know what I mean? Because I'd hate for anything bad to happen. And when I logged on, it was like people proper going in at him. And 1 minute people are his best friend, and the next minute they want to stab him in the back. Like, and I think that says a lot about those people as well. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.